Ref. VAR, mate. Just gonna have to get the stream up. Right. I'm going to quickly test this. And welcome to RSF1 Division 4 Round 13 around the Netherlands. And there is 15 drivers tonight, so Q1 will not be much use, but let's just see. Let's see if people push in this session or not. I'll get up the standings while we're at it. Alright, so the constructors, Alpine are 10th, Mercedes are 9th, Ferrari are 8th, Aston Martin 7th, Haas 6th, Alfa Romeo 5th, Red Bull 4th, Williams 3rd, McLaren 2nd, AlphaTauri is 1st on 193 points, McLaren on 179, Williams are on 168, Red Bull are on 160, Alfa Romeo on 153, Haas are on 150, Aston Martin are on 67, Ferrari on 56, Mercedes are on 51, and Alpine are on 37. First one out on the lap, on the soft is Rosberg. I'm just going to get the driver standings up. So first place on 161 points is Josh, second is LA16 Ham on 131, third place is Button on 91 points, fourth is Only Destroyer also on 91 points, Mac is on 83 points, Old Mantis on 77, Fish Sticks is on 62, Pierre is on 52, Snedden is on 50, Rogue is on 38, Jedi Gamer's on 30, Skyland's on 18, Locker's on 12, Dano's on 10, Ragequit's on 4, James Jungle, who's left the league, is on 4, Hippo's on 2, and Desbro's got 0 points. Alright. Hello, James. So we have Hippo and Matey Q both on the mediums. Rosberg is coming through the second sector. He's got an Aston Martin ahead, which is Rage Quit. And coming through sector 2. Very weird part is sector 2. Very hard. Opens the rest, he's done a 50.4 in the middle sector. This turn is very weird. He goes quite slow for it. He's probably not going as fast as he wants to. Just didn't make sure he doesn't bin it. And keeps away. Doesn't ride as much good as you could, but it's fine. And didn't take the shortest out to the line, and he does a 12.4. Decent lap. Desbro is next. No, it might be Hippo. No, it's not, it's Desbro. Desbro did a 50.0 in the middle sector. Hippo was right behind him though. Yellow flag, sector 1. Across the line now, and Desbro is gonna set an 11.9. Hippo 16.9. It's fine. Diffuse next one. I think it's Manzi? No, it's Rage Quit. Rage Quit opens the RS now, and he is done for the middle sector 52.1. I think he's going slow so that he doesn't bin it, but yet again, I'd expect most drivers to do that. Alpine Torfi second sector opens, Rage Quit opens the DRS now, and he's going to set 14.8. Yes, that's not full pace. Oh, well actually, I think it's LA16 Ham. Yes, it is LA16 Ham, and LA16 Ham is on the softs, and otherwise to his teammate, and he's going to come to the line now, and he's going to set an 11.8. He goes quickest. Oh, was that Rosberg off track? Macy Q. Oh, Old Manzi's come to the top of the standings, and he's got an 11.6. Macy Q now, and he is set at 11.8 on the mediums. Is this Rage Quit over that? Might be Desbro, no. Lockers about to start lap. Let's go on Boulder in the locker. Right, coming into turn 1 now. He does go quite close to the curb. If you touch that curb, you will spin out. Going into this sector now, up the first of them. Oh, he's lost it a little bit, but going into the first banking, and there's some slow cars ahead, but it should be fine now through the kind of an S section, kind of not. And this braking zone will catch people out. He's done. Oh, he's lost it, and he's lost it. He'll probably just finish off. But it seems like Locker's setup, he's not very stable with. Button now, he is. But we'll go back to Locker just in case he's still pushing. And he's done a 51 point. I can't remember what a 51 point something is, but it was a 51 in the middle sector, and he's on the mediums, to be fair, and he's opened DRS now, and oh, there's a spinning Red Bull in the background. And who is the Red Bull in question? It is Old Manzi. He's completely lost it, but he might have to get out of the way soon, because there's an AlphaTauri coming. He does get out of the way in time. He's in Button now. Button is coming to the line. He's got the Alpha. Oh my! The Alfa Romeo driver. He's coming now. Opens the rest, and oh, by the way, only destroyed a 11.4. Button did a 12.4. Joshua is doing 24.8 in the middle sector. His car looks planted through there. Coming into the second sector, he's got the yellow flags on the main straight. That's probably Hippo going into the box, or is it? It's LA16 Ham. Okay, he's done a 49.6 in the middle sector. This is looking like a very good lap for Josh Euler. Straight now, and he's done around the banking very well, and he's opened it right now, and he's set an 11.4. Button is not on a lap. Hippo looks like he's doing practice laps. Fish sticks now. He's coming through the banking, where it's very easy to lose, but I found out on my race on Tuesday. Opens the rest now, and he's taken a short line, and he's done 11.7, that's put him into P5. Hippo, that's just another lap he's done. Okay. Locker's lost his way, actually. Don't know how that's happened. Oh, Rosberg's spun that out. Why is he retiring the pits? No. I was looking at the AlphaTauri who's going. So, Rosberg is retired in the pits. Flow Alpine. And Button, he looks like he's going to come through the last few. He's about to Locker retired in the pits. Fair enough, and Button comes to the line now, and he's done 11.8. Puts him P8. Hippo, he's on another lap. Fish Sticks is starting another lap. Will Hippo start another lap? Yes, he will. His teammate behind him, he's going to start a lap. Who's on a lap? Jedi Gamer. Let's go with Jedi Gamer. He's in the AlphaTauri. He's going to open the DRS now, and he's going to go into this weird place where you can hit. If you take too much of that inside curve, then you will just fly into the gravel. And coming into the final few seconds now, and he is going to do open DRS, and he is going to do an 11.7 for pushing. Josh is on and done an 11.1, which is putting fastest. Fish Sticks, he's on another lap on the medium, so we'll see what he can do. He's the highest at the medium, and he has done an 11.6, which gave him 2 tenths. LSC now opens up. He doesn't take a short line into there, so he loses quite a bit of time. He'll probably gain some time if he does that. Hippo, he's on his 7th lap now. Oh, is this Fish Sticks on the lap? Look, doesn't look like it. Yeah, he's not. Everyone's retiring now. LA16, how is he on the lap? Yes, he is. He's quite low on fuel though, so don't know if he'll make it. He's gonna open the DRS now and comes through this. He's just done the second sector. He's 200s up. Josh is retired in pits, and the Alfa Romeo gets out of the way perfectly. Fish Sticks is now up to P3, which I didn't mention. And LSC now is opening DRS, and he is taking a shorter route, and he's on its P3, and he's doing 11.5. Hippo, yeah, he did a 15, so you can just tell he's doing practice laps because he's not using the ERS. We'll keep on board with Hippo because he seems like the only one who's in a proper lap. Yeah, no worries, guys. Happy to do it. Hippo now, he is coming through the second sector. Teammate right behind him. The only 2 drivers on track are the McLaren boys. He's going to open the DRS now. to finish his 8th flap on these mediums. Mad. And Hippo, is he going to come across the line now? Will Hippo start pushing on these tyres, or will he just... I think he might be pushing now, which is decent enough. And Hippo is coming through the second sector now on his 9th lap on these mediums, so I don't know how much. I don't think he's going to be using the mediums in Q2 really, because he's done that many laps. I think he will be going. I think he'll be either aiming for P11 or he'll be going through on the softs, which isn't the best going through on the softs because you'll have to box earlier than your rivals. He's coming across the line now. Oh, he's lost it. Oh, he's kept it out of wall. Never mind, the railway went into the wall, but he's kept it. And in fact, if he's doing another lap, those tyres are dead. But we'll stay on board with him until Pierre starts his lap. Actually, I'll go with both. Yeah. And Pierre now, he's coming through the last few turns to start his first and most likely only lap of this session. This is taking so much longer as it needed to, but people can get as much practice in as they want. So Pierre now, he's going to come into turn 1 and he takes a wider line. He takes a wider line than he can, but it's fine. He's going to swing it through the session up to the first banking, and he takes a short line through there and does not go near the curves, which is quite interesting. But he's not using the RS, so it's not going to be as quick as you would expect it. And he's done a 25.7 in the middle sector, which the game thinks is fastest, but it's definitely not, because Josh did a quicker in the first sector. And the second sector now, he's taking this very cautious, staying all the way through the curves, and he's going to open the DRS now, and he is going to come to probably the hardest few turns on the track, in my opinion. He's lost the rear a little bit, but he's counter-steered it, and he's kept it running, and he's going to come across the final banking now, which feels like forever is banking, and he's going to open the DRS now, and he is going to set 13.8. Looks like Hippo's pushing, he's 3/10 up. That's crazy, saying he's on 11 lap mediums. Like I said, he's probably just going to start the softs or the hards. But the session counter is finally done, and Hippo's practice will be over. The pad movements are crazy through there, and he has set a 14th lap. One second, I'm just getting a co-comment in now. Hello?
I'm here.
Hello,
Everyone.
Muddy. And
Thank you for the invite. I will join now. What session are we coming in?
Q2.
Okay.
Just finished. No one has crashed out, which is
Oh,
good to see.
well done to select spectate. We're going to session on.
I'm just gonna quickly check if the stream can hear you.
Should be able to have selected my audio. But yeah, I can't join the session because you're in the qualifying results, so I have to wait until it starts into Q2.
Yeah. Alright, so fastest in this session is Josh in the AlphaTauri, who did an 11.1. Second is Only Destroyer in the Williams, who did an 11.4. Third is LA16 in the McLaren, who did an 11.5. And that's it. All on softs.
So who's your current pick for pole based on Q1?
Oh, I've got to say Josh, but obviously most people wasn't pushing and people's on the mediums.
Yeah, what I've seen from previous F4 races, Josh is always very quick in first two qualifying sessions, but then can sometimes fail to execute Q3.
It's quite dark.
Is that I do see rain.
Oh.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
out
there is a
quickly.
little bit of rain.
This will now favour those at the end of the pit lane. I see Only Destroyer in the Williams, who else is at the end of the pit lane? The Mercedes and Red Bull. Got to be out there quick. Don't want to risk being in the bottom four.
Fish Sticks is first out of the pit lane with a very close AlphaTauri behind him. Who is on the mediums is Josh. From what's throwing everyone else other than Mason Q, Rosberg and Aldermanzi and Desborough are on the mediums.
Yeah, Rosberg's just let past El Ham, which is a bit of a risk. I wouldn't be doing that in the session. I'd be trying to get to the line as quick as possible. Because every second you waste before you get to the line could be a couple of hundreds on your lap where it's more wet. And which is why I think it's risky going on the mediums. You have one lap, it's getting so much wetter. By the time you get around to lap 2, same with invalidations. If you invalidate, I don't think you'll be getting through.
Yeah, you definitely want to get a good lap in while you're first out and hopefully not to invalidate. Because if you invalidate, that's just you screwed.
What is I race on Sunday, so I don't know what track limits is like. I know you're normally quite, let's say, friendly with the track limits. Is it easy or hard to get the penalties around here?
It's quite hard to get around here. I did 20 laps before crashing with only one warning.
Well done.
And I get pens a lot. Oh, Pierre's looking
interesting. Williams in the pit lane enters. But is that a bit late? Is it going to be, by the time he gets round, it'll be even more wet? Because there is still a crossover period where it's still wet and raining, but the dries is still quicker. So to see, I'll keep an eye on his lap times.
27.5 in the middle sector for Fish Sticks. You can definitely see the impact of the rain.
Yeah, Pierre and wide at the hairpin.
Oh, Macy's out. Let's go on. Button. Button also crashed at the same place as him.
Did he hit debris? I saw debris flying up, or was that his debris? Oh, do you have disabled? Pierre, yeah, Pierre. I think Pierre might have called this perfectly. It looks like everyone's only just starting a lap time now, and it's Diaz to be disabled.
Fish Sticks, he's coming through the final sector. He's going very slow. The track does look very moist.
Yeah, I think when you know Diaz is disabled, it's definitely the point where enters are quicker.
Yeah.
Is anyone going to take the risk and pit now, not set a lap time, and go straight onto inters? Gives themselves an extra 1 minute or so to get out there on the inters.
25.8. Oh, here we are, 23.7.
That's still 13 seconds for a quick lap time.
Yeah.
It is set to cut over.
Definitely. Pierre's called this perfectly.
Yeah. So Elham did 27.4 in sector 1, so that's sort of the time we wanted to look for.
The drivers who didn't come out haven't put anywhere on some dry tyres either, so now they're all going on to Inters. Going on board for the first sector.
Oh, only 27.8.
That was 3/10 off fish sticks, and
Yeah.
he was on softs. Maybe he's gone out a bit too early.
Yeah, possibly get out too early, overheated his tyres maybe, because the inters and wet, when you're not on the correct conditions, can overheat quite quickly when it's too dry.
Yeah, so he's probably going to back off this lap and then push for a pop around. He did 56.9 in the middle sector. Lot of cars.
But, yeah, only 4 drivers set a lap on the dries. They're all now sitting there, coming out. I believe must be on inters. It's not dated the tyre graphic. I don't know how to.
Yeah. If you don't come out on inters, you're going to be screwed.
Yeah.
Because 21.4.
Yeah. So that shows maybe it's not as wet in sector 1 where he was a bit down. Maybe it's still a bit dry in sector 1 and time to find.
Yeah. Jedi Gamer, he's on the softs, but he should be boxing because he's going very, very slow.
I've also got news that there is rain during the race.
Oh, that's
so yeah. So are people also going to use this session as a bit of a Pierre runs a bit wide, as a bit of a practice session for the race? Be able to maybe tinker at the wing levels or differentials just to sort of get the best balance coming into qualifying, coming into the race later.
Locker in the chat didn't get out quick enough for a soft run. Not like it might, because the soft wasn't gonna get a clean run, and Hippo's invalidated.
That's not great. There's still a few people in the pits. Especially those that say maybe they just didn't get around quick enough and haven't been able to get out yet, but those top first, second down to fifth still aren't out, so I think it'll be their main priority to get out as soon as possible.
Yeah, I mean, only Destroyer, they're doing like 27s in the middle sector. Pierre done 20.6. So there's a massive difference between soft and inters, which is clear. 56.1 in the middle sector. Apparently it's purple for only Destroyer. We'll have to wait and see. Coming around the banking now. I was going to say there's an ERS enabled, but nope. 20.1. Oh, and Despo's done a 20.2.
So I think you are right, Pierre maybe pointed out a fraction too early, maybe he's burnt up his tyres, not been able to maximise the effort.
Rage Quit did a 21.999. Ozzy 20.3. Rosberg, he looks like he's next out. It might be someone else.
Pierre's coming towards the line, improves by 0.3 to go to P3.
Rosberg 20.4, he's P5.
Looks like it's the McLaren Lexus. Josh on an outlap. Oh, Josh hit the wall. Josh hit the wall coming out the final corner, ran too wide. Yeah. He was on an outlap, it's going to cost him a lot of time.
Hippo's done a 20.3. Alex is going to an outlap. Next is Locker.
Is that going to be enough for Hippo? I think you're going to need to be at least in the 120s if you want to go through, especially when Destroyers there's the 120.1.
You can maybe look into a high 19. There's bro, 20.4.
Yeah. So the track actually looks like it might even be getting quicker. Maybe the rain's got a bit less as you have yellow flags or a car letting somebody past.
I think it was Williams.
That's what we'd like to see. Yeah. This is the issue with Zandvoort, it's such a tight track. Blocking it's not that easy to always find somewhere to get out of the way.
Yeah. And Button has done a 20.8, who was P8 for a minute, and then Fish 6 goes quicker and does a 21 point flat to put in P6. Big shame for Macy Hugh though, who crashed out when it was basically crossover point.
Yeah, wet always gives a bit of an opportunity to mix up, so yeah, not even getting a chance to set a lap time is always a bit of an upset.
Hippo's 3 tenths up. Hippo's done a 20.8. Great lap.
And who was that? Was that Elham?
Yeah, 20.5.
Yeah. And there you go, yep, you were correct. We're into 119s.
Could we Desbro? No, he's going back.
Yeah, I think he's pitting, he's stuck in 5th gear. Just coasting around. Yeah, he should have enough time to get in the pits, come out, maybe do 2 or 3 more laps.
Rage got in the Aston Martin though. And he's done
a nice lap. We're into Q3. That's another thing to take into account. With the rain in the race, do you come back into the pit and do a second lap on inters, or do you save a spare set for either Q3 or the race? It's the driver's priority.
I'd probably do like 2 or 3 laps in the inters and then probably leave them.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you're in the top 3, definitely, I think you're probably safe. And yeah, Rosberg up there. I think anyone sort of in 120.1 and above is probably safe.
Only Destroy is completely safe.
Yeah.
Because he's already into the 19s. I think Hippo's going to be boxing. Nope, never mind. He's starting a new lap. LI69 3 tenths up, but he's
oh. Wow.
Yeah, 19.7.
Very nice lap from Elham. He backs off, and I thought he's let somebody pass. Is that it?
Locker improves by 1/10 and a half. He stays P8 though.
And we still have Josh and Jello Gamer to set their first inters lap times. They could also jump over the field and put Hippo and Rage Crit in the danger zone.
Yeah, Josh obviously top of Q1, but don't know if most people is pushing. Jedi Gamer was quite close to the top as well.
Yeah, that's the one thing with F4 is probably there's a lot of different drivers who can battle for the podium. But yeah, as you see, yeah, correct, yeah, you know the drivers too well. I think Button also put himself into the top 10, pushed out Hippo.
Oh, Rosberg, he's on back up to P4, 20 flat. Josh is in 7th, 20.2. Maybe Josh is not as quick as he on wets as he is on dries.
Yeah, he could be, especially with it being a wet dry race, and especially wet dry qualifying, maybe doing a more balanced setup, whereas maybe those ones at the top, Jedi, Elham, Destroyer. Yeah, so it could be also balancing the setup. Do you go for rain or dry? Because it's so hard to overtake here. If you put 2 high wings hoping for the rain, you're almost stopping yourself from overtaking anyone in the race as Josh runs wide at the top of the hill.
Yeah.
He looks like, has he got damage, or is it just the weather conditions? It looks drier to me.
Who's this?
Has it stopped raining? It looked like Josh was maybe he was just running understeer a bit. I think it might have stopped raining as well, which has contributed to the drop in quickest time.
It's definitely not raining anymore. And the track does look dry on the racing line.
Yeah. And the thing is that just over 2 minutes left in the session, anyone who's in the pits now still has time to get out on a fresh set of softs just in case, whereas the likes of Pierre, Old Manzi, so Pierre, Hippo, Button, who are currently out on track on inters, they won't have time to get back in and get out on a fresh set of softs. As Old Manzi,
in the pitch, you may as well risk it for the softs.
Yeah.
If I was Locker, I would.
Yeah, especially if you're in the bottom. The one is obviously if you go out and set a time on dries, you then lock yourself into start on those tyres for the race. So do you hopefully do you take the gamble and stay in the pit lane and have the option to maybe start on mediums for the race, or do you stay out? So do you go out on softs and be locked into a soft strategy?
I personally think mediums are much better, but it's up to them.
See, Elham's the only one on softs. Yeah, it's too late now. I think it's too late to leave the pit lane and get round in time. So as Pierre touched the grass. So I think no one's going to risk the softs.
Locker's looking at him, but he won't have enough time to get around.
Yeah, he's not going to get out as well. That's Locker out the session. He won't have enough time to get around the whole lap. That's a shame for Locker.
Button's gone into P10. He's put Hippo back into the drop zone, and Hippo's not improving.
As DRS was enabled, so if anyone who had been on softs, it's definitely soft or dry weather tyres now. But yeah, Locker has left it too late. He won't get round in time, I don't believe. So 35 seconds only at turn 4.
Yeah, definitely not enough time. Josh is on P4, 19.9.
I should see him safe.
Yeah, probably look at maybe top 7 safe.
Button's backed out, so he's not going to set a lap time.
Hippo didn't even improve by 7 tenths, but he's got enough time.
So it looks like it's just Hippo and Rage Quit, the only 2 left out there near the bottom who can set a time.
Yeah.
And no, Hippo's 7 tenths there. Oh no, that's last lap. Rage Quit was. I think it's got too dry now. Yeah, it's got too dry. Tyres look like they're heating. Rage Quit's backed out, so. Yeah, and Hippo's 2 tenths down in sector 1. I don't think it's going to be enough, Hippo. No. Yeah, you can see that just the tyre temperature, especially around here, tyre temperature is so difficult to manage. As soon as you get into that cycle of overheating, you just lose all grip and understeer through every corner. But he will run strategic pole position. Actually, it won't be strategic because obviously everyone will get free tyre choice.
Yeah, and out in this session is in the P11 RSF1 Hippo in the McLaren. P12 RSF1 Locker in the Alpine, P13 Rage Quit in the Aston Martin, and P14, who sadly crashed at the start of this session in the Red Bull, is Macy Q. And fastest Jedi Gamer in the AlphaTauri. The sister team have beaten the main team. Wait for Button and Hippo to retire, and then we can get into Q3. Maybe it's going to be dry for the next session.
Yeah, it looks like it probably was just a 10-minute rain shower. But it's definitely going to mix up the strategy at the start of the race, more options for people to start on different tyres, especially if there's rain due.
You'd expect this division to be into the mid-10s for Q3 as well, say on the softs anyway, because I got 10.9 for pole in F5.
Okay, should we run through who's got through to Q3? So far it's Jedi Gamer, Elham, Only Joy, Josh and Rosberg. Dennis Pro in P6, Fish Sticks, Pierre, Orbanti and Button, and then eventually go through the 4 who are out.
Hippo, Locker, Rage Quit and Mace Q all out, and I mean, it doesn't. I would say they'd have fresh tyres to choose from, but everyone will have that. So they can't really play that to their advantage. Just have to have a great start and get through.
Yes, Eagle, it's me, I'm not Welsh.
Hippo, Co-Com's is Muddy Biscuit.
Yep, you have the pleasure of having me in comment box today for only the 2nd time.
And then I'm back after missing last week. Trying to find who's first out here. I think it's Fish Sticks, it is. Hippo in the chat, rain incoming. So I don't know if he means it for Q3. for the race. Because, like you said, there is rain in the race. Do you know when the rain is?
I will go back and find typos. Somebody put it in the F4 chat. I will go and have a quick check. Dry up to 30 minutes in and rain for the second half of the race. Okay, so strategy on the starting tyre will definitely be important. Which is probably why they want to gamble going on soft at the start of the Q2.
Yep, and it looks like Fish Sticks is gonna start that first. Do you want to take us through a lap with Fish Sticks?
Sure, yep. I won't try and do any of the Dutch name pronunciations because I'll probably get Stygian or any other Dutch people in the chat shouting at me. So going through turn 1, Pierre of the Fish Sticks brakes, turns in, and does he clip the apex? No, leave it just because that curb can be a bit of a auto spin curve if you hit the wrong angle. Through turn 2, flick, turn 3, ooh, and the Fish Sticks, as I said, had hit the curb, the auto spin curve, ooh, and the McLaren, he's done well. That's both those drivers behind him's lap, they've both had to probably back out. Oh, and there's more drivers. He's got to be careful not to be disqualified now. He's got one more car to come past, and yeah, well done Fish Sticks getting out of the way, or as best as possible in a situation like that. But yeah, I think all the drivers behind him probably had to take an avoiding line that's going to compromise them through their laps.
You want to carry it on with LA16 Ham?
Yeah, so comes through the second hairpin in the middle sector onto the back DRS straight. Shouldn't really much overtaking, but down into the chicane, braking just at the start of the curb, turn in, hit the apex. Ooh, bit of an oversteer moment, so misses the second apex, but kisses nicely, and the apex comes through into the final proper corner, breaks down into fourth gear, touches both curbs nicely, up through the gears, through the banking, minimise the time lost as you go through the corner, open the DRS, and across the line. Elham does a 1:11.9. Yep, I think that's definitely compromised from the spinning of the Fish Sticks. Yeah, I think all his first 3 or 4 drivers will be. As we have somebody else spun. Desborough spun in the final.
Fish Sticks. Only Destroyer 11.3.
And it looked like Desborough had a spin out of the final corner, which has now on his laps has now compromised the start of his timed lap. So I think he's trying to warm his tyres. And Fish Sticks going again. Hopefully he can make it through. Hopefully Fish Sticks can make it through turn 2 and turn 3 this time. He does, yep. Having spun his first lap.
Valid. At least you've seen Ham 6 times up. Yeah, you can definitely tell that they got held up.
The issue of this track is that tyre temperatures are quite tough. If you try and do back-to-back laps, it's not guaranteed your tyre's going to hold up for the second lap, especially through the middle sector. But yeah, Ham does go quicker. Completely against what I just said, completely trying to prove me wrong.
Looks like Josh has saved the LS and then he's going to go again. Same with Destroyer.
Yeah, he's gone for a third lap on the same set of tyres and he's spun it. And he's be careful if you pit lane. He's going to be careful not to be disqualified for blocking the pit lane. So he needs to get reversing quickly.
He's gone.
Oh, well done.
Ooh, look how close that is. 500s. I think that is, anyway.
Yeah, very good job on those tyres which had the spin, so probably had a couple percentage more in terms of tyre wear on them, or a bit of a lag jump for Fish Sticks there. Josh is currently 4/10, which put him on provisional pole just.
Jedi Gamer, he's on the lap. He did a 49.8 in the middle sector. So open the DRS now, and he's going to come across the line to set at 11.6. Yeah,
coming, but I don't think he's going to be there for long. I think Josh is looking very quick. This might be the first driver into 1 minute 10s as he has to go past Elham, who's cutting the grass there. Oh no, he doesn't. He loses a 10th and a half in sector 3. Is that lack of DRS the final straight, or tyres just dropped off?
Rosberg's on P6. Just gonna try and find who's next on the lap here.
There's Bro's just at 1:12.9, but he'd spun at the start of his lap on the straight, so he didn't maximise to run down turn 1. But he's going again.
Button, he's done an 11.2.
And just off. Actually, it's currently very top 5 within a 10.5. So very close to it so far.
Yep.
There's Bro's 2 tenths up. I saw Old Mazzy was actually 3 tenths up before he'd put into the pits. I don't know if he ran out of fuel or invalidated, but he's clearly got more time in his lap.
I was on board with Fishsticks on turn 1 and then he's just teleported back into the pits.
Yeah, I had a slightly smaller one where he just glitched on my screen. Not as bad as that, but maybe. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that then.
It could be a bit laggy. Desbro, he's 3 tenths up into the final banking now. He's taken that turn. Very nice. And he's going to open DRS now to set 12.2. He gained by 6 tenths.
So the first out on track is L.I. Ham to start this second run of tyres. Actually, that's fairly early. Is he going to want to do 3 laps possibly? Is that what he's trying to do? I can't. Yeah, actually, might even have time. Is that time for 4 maybe? No, probably 3 by the time he gets around. But yeah, gives me the opportunity.
Stop push or something like that.
Yeah, sure, gives me the opportunity to back out if he's having a slow lap, or do it, yeah, slow push, but get that ERS back into the correct position. Tyre temperatures will have to push him for 2 laps in a row.
Is Desbro on another lap? No, he's invalidated. I may as well go back on board with LA16 Ham. Going through the final banking now. He's going to open DRS now and he's going to come to the line and he's going to start his lap. Going into turn 1, he does stay quite a bit away from the curb down the inside and swings it through this section. Oh, he's lost the rear bit there, but he's held it through the banking now and he's done that pretty well. Now swing it left and then just swinging it about 24.7 in the sector. He's 300s down and he rides a lot of that curve which is on the limit and keeps away from the ones which I don't know if you're supposed to ride or not. I personally would. He keeps a very wide line through there. Ride the outside curve and he's going to come to the split session now and he's still about a 10th down. Maybe this lap, maybe the lap that he did was too quick, or maybe he's just not finding enough time. Going through the banking now, he's taking that beautifully. And he is going to open the DRS now to set 11.2. He gained 300s.
It looks like he's going back on the push lap straight away. Who's next? A Destroyer. Yeah.
2 tenths.
It should be. Ooh. Yeah, 1.175 would put him, a couple of thousandths ahead if he maximises his final sector as well. No, Destroyer misses out by 200ths of a second.
Maybe there's going to be some teamwork through the Alpha and I think there were. 11 flat.
Fish sticks, wow. Good job with fish sticks there.
I thought these guys would be going quite a lot quicker, to be honest.
I wonder whether the rain they're putting on the wet, they've got a wet setup, so they're not, which can, it could be, depending on the track, it wets out to up to 5 tenths.
Yep. He's got to come to one now, and he's done 11 flat, and he's beaten him by 300ths.
Who's going to be the first to get into the 1 minute 10s? It could be L.A. Ham. He's coming to the finish line. No! And another one in the 1 minute 11.0. Destroyer's also currently just under a 10th up. This might not be enough. He might also join the 1.11.0 club. but might not be enough to
DRS.
get into it. He's out of the RS. Yeah, it's not going to be enough.
No, he did do
1:11.0.
Yeah, he didn't
Yeah,
take a shorter line though.
Yeah, and he went down to low ERS a long way before, and he probably lost at least a 10 if I would guess from the lack of ERS.
11.1. Dave, some shocking camera work for me.
Oh, Jedi Gamer, what's happened? Oh, Jedi Button, they've both crashed. Except for instance, Button's crashed at turn 4. Jedi, I'm not too sure where he's crashed. Has he had to retire in the pit lane maybe? So that's unlucky for Button. It's going to be P5 at maximum for him.
He's on like,
at least he's out the way. Yeah, it's maybe he had a snap of oversteer and couldn't correct in time, because that's the issue. Most drivers, they'll say they didn't spin, they just ran out of room before they hit the wall.
Yeah, 11.3 for Desbo.
And Josh, actually, your pick for pole, as I was saying earlier, is it doesn't always maximise Q3. He's currently 1.17 up. It might not be enough for pole at the moment, might only be enough for P5. As checker flags out, it's going to be a finish lap.
He had a bit of a moment through there.
Yeah, didn't hit the apex of the final corner.
This doesn't look like it's going to be a pole lap. He doesn't take a short line through there as well.
Oh, it is.
Never mind.
Wow, yeah, a lot of time in sector 3. Wow. As Rosberg goes P7, I don't know, did he improve position? Oh, he is now P7, he improved the time. So it's just Old Manzi looks like he's backed out, and Pierre's in the pit lane, so that looks like we have a pole sitter, Joshua Meister.
Yeah, 10.9. P2 Fish Sticks also on a 10.9. P3 Old Manzi an 11.0. P4 LA16 Ham 11.0. That's 100th off Old Manzi. Only Destroyer 11.0. That's 500ths off LA16 Ham. Button did an 11.1. Rosberg did an 11.3. Desbro did an 11.3, but he was 400ths off Rosberg. Jedi did an 11.6, and Pierre did an 11.6, which was 100th off Jedi. I'm a bit surprised on the pole times, to be honest, because I thought it would have been like a mid-10.
Yeah, I'm obviously in race weeks, I don't know sort of what the pace is in terms of the quickest time.
And rain is just coming down actually.
So it seems to time just perfectly.
Not to brag or anything, but my pole lap from Tuesday would have put me P2.
So you say you need to be moved up to F4?
No. That's not happening.
So who's your current pick out of those? I was going to say out of those 10, but you've got 14 on the grid. Who's your pick for the race win?
I'm going to go a bit different here, and I'm going to say either Jedi Gamer, because he was very quick on the wets in Q2, or Button, just because he's very consistent and very quick. Alright, short blocker.
What's Locker doing now?
Invade to F4.
Well, you did say yourself you're front row worthy for this tier, so...
Yeah, well, that was only to boost my ego.
Let's just hope... obviously you've got to... to finish first, you first have to finish, as you sort of also know.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, somebody who told me rain after 30 minutes either can't read the forecast or the forecast lied to them all.
I think it might have lied to them all. When the formation lap starts, do you want to take us through the grid?
Yep, I can. I will do the formation lap.
Right then.
But yes, hopefully everyone's read the rule book and no one readies up before they're meant to. I believe who's host Rage Quit, so hopefully he'll give everyone time to at the fuel setup figure out whether this is going to be a one stop or a two stop. I'm not too sure in terms of strategy how long the inters can go. I don't know whether you have any idea, Invade.
What was that? I didn't catch that.
How long these inters can go in terms of whether they'll need to do one or two stop during the race.
I reckon you can look at maybe a one stop. I mean, I don't know much about the wet strategies because from what I've seen, I don't think any tier have had wets. I know you can do one stops in around Netherlands on the dry.
Yeah, I've not watched many tiers. I've heard from Monday and Tuesday, so I haven't got much time to actually experience what the racing is going to be like. But yeah, I think we know how difficult it can be to overtake around Netherlands. So in the wets, they won't have any DRS to aid them. So it's going to be their own skill and some ERS is the only aid they'll have to be able to make a move to walk away through the field. So it's probably not what the likes of Locker, Hippo, Rage and Majiku went out in Q1 or Q2 or wanting. They would have wanted that DRS. As we see the hosts ready up.
Who do you think is going to win this race?
I have a feeling it's going to be. I think Josh. He's not had the most wins this season, even though he's quite ahead in the championship. But I think he'll finally get one today. But I do see a Hippo or Locker, one of those two, coming through for a top 5 finish from near the back.
Stars in the chat. You can do a no stop in the race.
Ooh, okay.
Takes through the grid.
So yeah, so through the formation lap, everyone is on inters as expected. No one's gambling for. I can even gamble for it. But yeah, start from the back. We have in the Red Bull Magic 9048, in P13 in the Aston Martin TTV Rage Quit. Followed ahead, it has RSF1 Locker in the Alpine. Hopefully our plan will work today. Followed by RSF1 Hippo, who starts in P11. Bottom end of the top 10 is the first Williams of Pierre B, 2611. Starting on the 5th row with Jedi Gamer 46 in the Alpha Tauri. Next in our plan's team is Desbro 123 in the Alpine, with SFR Rosberg starting in P7 in the Haas. P6 we have Button 22X starting alongside Only Destroy 14. And then the top 3 on the grid are Oldmanzi 31 in the Red Bull, Ishtix 957 in the Alfa Romeo, and then your pole sitter for tonight, Joshua Meister in the Alpha Tauri.
Yeah, perfect timing, well, near enough. Going through the grid, yeah, as you would expect, everyone's on the inters. Quite a slow formation that, everyone's bunched up. Let's get this race under away.
And home with 40 on the grid, hopefully I'll be able to get round a lot quicker. The ones at the front won't have as cold a tyres, because I think the run down in turn 1 braking can be quite tricky, so you need to watch out, make sure everyone gets their brake correctly. I'll let you take away the start of the race. I'll keep an eye on the back for see what's going on from back there.
Mace Q is lining up on their grid spot now. Let's try and get a decent camera angle here. There's an Alfa Romeo opposition. And I can't really see the lights, but it's lights out and away we go. And it's a very slow start from most of the grid, and it looks like there's a few cars gaining positions, and there's a Red Bull around the outside of the Alpha Tauri.
Locker's died about 4 people there.
Oh, there's a Williams, Pierre, and Jedi. Oh, big shame. Rosberg, he's going down the inside of Button, turn 4. Button's gonna hold it around the outside though. They're still side by side.
A bit of a squeeze, but Button's leaving enough space. Good racing and backs out sensibly. But we already have Hippo, Locker, and Majik all 3 and 4 positions respectively.
And
I think Hippo's looking for another move here on possibly on Button, but yeah, he's a bit too far back.
Josh got quite a big gap now. I mean, it's about 7 tenths, but it's still quite big off the start. Just a mad first turn for the team.
Yeah, I'm just checking. I don't believe either of the two who spun have damage. That's at least a bit of a save for them. They're not going to have to put on the end of lap 1, and hopefully soon they'll be back in contention.
Rosberg's also having a look at him. Will he go down the inside?
No,
Rosberg's out. Rosberg's down. He's hit the wall.
Don't be careful with Rosberg reversing. Yeah, you don't want to reverse into the path of oncoming traffic. But
they're getting very close. Hippo's completely back of Button. Will Hippo die from it?
And not going to be 3 wide, no. I thought they were going to try 3 wide, but it's definitely not the place for 3 wide anywhere on this track.
Quite a bit of a train behind Button.
Yeah, it's very much a bit of a cork in the bottle at the moment. Currently 1.3 behind Destroyer.
Oh, Locker almost lost it there.
Yeah, the exit of turn 4 is very tricky in a dry, let alone in the wet.
Hippo is staying onto the back of Button here, which is very nice work going for him. And let's have a look who has gained the most positions off the start. So Macy Q who gained 5, Hippo and Locker both gained 4, and Old Manzi, LA Sickingham and Rage Quit all gained 1. The lowest dropper is Rosberg 7, Pierre dropped 3, Jedi's dropped 2, Despero's dropped 2, Fishsticks has dropped 2, and the rest, Button, Destroyer and Josh have all stayed in position.
Yeah, so the 4 that went out in Q1 have all gained positions doing what they need to do from a slightly lackluster qualifying.
Very hard.
Hippo's dropped a little way back actually. Button has clawed up the gap down to Destroyer. It was about 1.3 this time last lap, it's now down to 0.6. Button seems to have got back into rhythm. Yeah. I actually didn't realise Fishsticks has actually dropped a long way off the top 3. I don't know whether he made a mistake or they were just battling. Yeah.
Second gap there between Josh and Old Manzi as well. Hippo seems to be right in the back of Button through the first sector, but then he dropped the second sector. Yellow
flags, I believe.
Yes. Oh, Rosberg.
Oh, that's good. This VSC is anyone gonna? That's full safety car the first of the race. Is anyone gonna gamble? We saw, I can't remember who it was it Fishsticks said you could take it into the end? Is somebody near the back gonna pit now and try that now with 3 or 4 less laps on the tyres? Could all make all the difference, especially with everything being so difficult. Strategy can come into play a lot here.
I'd stay out. Pierre, I think did get damage from that.
Yeah, but
he's a very lucky boy.
As we see, is anyone going to risk the feint in terms of pitting? No. Is that a Red Bull? No, Red Bull just keeping close to the line. Yeah, I don't think anyone's pitting, apart from maybe Rage Quit as he got damage. No, it looks like it's only going to be Pierre. If he does have damage, he will be pitting.
No, from the looks thing he doesn't. But from what I saw from the crash between him and Rosberg, Pierre's like spun out and he's came back on, he's still on the track and Rosberg's hit the back of him.
Yeah, that might be just one of those unlucky ones. Going up the hill is very blind, especially sort of through that very flat out left right kink just before the top of the hill. Oh, he's got a 5-second penalty to serve as well. Yeah, that makes sense. If you're at the back with 5 seconds, you might as well just be at the back with no time penalty. Hopefully you can catch a back up fairly soon. Yeah.
like you mentioned, Hippo and Locker, they've had a great start. Same with Macy Q, to be honest.
Yeah, they both avoided that lap 1 incident, and that's also...
LACQ Hams dropped it.
Oh, be careful when you step back up to speed. Obviously, you won't be able to allow to have issues once he's... the game can glitch sometimes. If you overtake somebody at the wrong time, it can make you get a position back and cause issues.
Yeah,
so it looks like none of that's happened, yeah.
He took too much.
That's a shame. Yeah, I can only think off the top of my head one other driver who's ever crashed a behind safety car, and that's Legends in Japan last season, F2. So he joins the illustrious ranks of now LA16 Ham and IGN Legends as having spun behind the safety car.
Yeah, just wait for Pierre to catch up.
Again, yeah, as you said, now Hippo, you're saying Hippo, Locker, Majik having good starts. That's one extra position next to the name now.
Yep. They're looking very good. Both recently got promoted from F5.
Yeah, they're clearly making use of the new tier and showing their pace, showing how competitive this league is, how competitive RSF1 is. You can move from one tier to the other and still be very competitive.
Yep.
Let's just have a quick check on terms of warnings. Has anyone got any warnings? No. Through lap 4, no corner cutting warnings at all across the whole grid. So, yeah. If only Cornish knew what that was like to go 4 laps without a warning.
Me and Cornish.
Yeah, yeah, you're sort of you join that ranks of people who can sort of, yeah, who enjoy getting those time penalties.
I mean,
yeah, we've had Pierre join it back this lap.
I think I'm back. My controller's disconnected. Yeah, I mean, there's a few drivers that have to get penalties. That was something Cornish. There's also, I can't think of the top of my head here.
We've seen some carnage on the restarts early this week, so hopefully this tier can keep it clean. No one flooring it too early at the final corner, where it can be quite tricky if you get on the power too early on cold tyres.
Let's see how Josh goes. It's not raining.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, it stopped raining. Somebody should have gambled into the dries under that safety car, but yeah, as we get going,
also
be like racing.
And Josh has jumped off Manti, and only Destroyer, he's going to outside with fish sticks. Will he make the roof? He will.
Inside line, yeah. And actually for Hippo and Button, Locker and Hippo 3 wide, not going to go 3 wide into turn 2, are they? Someone's going to need to back out of that, and Button gets ahead, but still, Locker, just drive around wide. When we see Ham run deep, but who can hold?
Hippo got boxed in. Oh, there's a bit of contact because Hippo lost the rear and Locker hit the back of him. Don't think there's any damage. There's Des, bro. He's overtaking Macy Q. Oh, and
when we see the McLaren going off the inside of the Red Bull, Elham, I saw him run wide at the hairpin of turn 4. He sort of, I don't know whether it was an attempt to go round out of everyone or just missed his breaking point, but I think he cost him a few places. He's trying to get it back now, but yeah, he's actually under pressure now from Jedi Gamer.
Oh yeah, just only Destroyer has dropped position to Button.
Yeah, he ran wide at turn 3, or he had a bit of a mistake, which gave Button the opportunity to sneak past.
Oh, I've got a
but again, top 2 pulled away. Fish sticks is a bit of a sticking point here for the rest of the pack. But yeah, who will be the first to gamble for dries? Because especially if you're mid-pack here, the likes of Hippo, Locker, if you gain 2 or 3 seconds, you can jump from 4th or 5th, 6th, 7th, up to maybe 2nd or 3rd in this race.
No one's risking it.
Oh
wait,
Jedi Gamer, no, I think that's just him taking the line to get to battle with Majik.
I thought.
Oh, as we see Pierre. Oh, and a bit of a touch there. Pierre Majik made slight contact. Hopefully Pierre didn't touch the inside wall for turn 1. No, it looks like he's avoided damage.
It's good to see. Hippo's now looking at the back of Destroyer, who's looking at the back of a Button. And Button seems to be a pain for some drivers to get by, as only Destroyer
Yeah,
does make a bit of a mistake.
yeah. I don't recall, but he's very experienced with his defending, so he knows where to put his car, where to position it, so the drivers behind have it as difficult as life as possible to try and get past.
Yeah, the Alpines are very close behind.
Yeah, we had a couple of 2x2 at the moment. Alfa Romeo's P3 and P4 as only Destroyer gets the inside line.
He's gonna. Yeah, he won't try going. Oh wait, never mind.
Oh, it's a bit of a squeeze, but this is they're gonna happen for the slow exit because this allowed Hippo to run on both. I think he might do. Hippo's got a very good exit, and actually Loco as well. It's not going to be 5 wide in turn 1, are we? No, but still, Button's got his nose in there. Button spun. Oh, that's cost Elham again. Second time he's been.
Oh, rage quit as well.
Oh, rage quit. Oh, that's a shame. I don't know whether that was. Yeah. Oh, safety car. Oh, okay. I'm surprised the safety car was thrown for that, but okay, that's just the game. It's like odd condition, but. No, I think it's just because there was 2 cars facing backwards to game through it. But yeah, it's an odd one. But what would you do in this condition? Would you pit for dries, invade, or would you stay out on inters?
I'd definitely pit for hards.
Hards. I've heard from a few people this week hards aren't the best, especially in the damp conditions.
Actually, you could do mediums because Brave the Container yesterday did 28 laps on them.
What do you mean? Yeah, so I think if you you definitely go from here. If you can go from here, it's definitely worth a shot. But later, obviously, we know how we've had 2 safety cars on lap 8 already. Another one later in the race could obviously affect that strategy. Would somebody gamble soft to maybe hope for a well-timed safety car?
Yeah, I mean, I want to see how many drivers will box. If not any. I think there's nothing for like the bottom 3 to lose at the moment. They're not in the points. Might as well try. Josh is going in. And old man. Oh, never mind, old man.
Oh no, old man's he didn't. Okay, actually.
Both Alpines are going in. Like,
no, but that's not actually too bad. They're going to be at the back anyway. All it's going to mean is. Okay, but
Means for Josh. Only
honestly, I don't know why people did that. Yeah, I think unless they're being told rain is coming soon, that's an odd choice because by the time the safety car comes around, it's going to be at least another 2 or 3 laps. That's 4 or 5 minutes almost behind the safety car. It looks like it's going to drive quite quickly. It's not rained for about 4 or 5 minutes now. So I think if Desbro and Josh can keep it on the right, on the track and keep in the right direction at the safety car restart, they could be the ones like counting their lucky stars.
Mediums to the end. He was agreeing with you about the hards. They're not very good.
Look at Desbro's. I'm just watching Desbro. I know he's not pushing 100%, but he's not slide. Oh, okay. As I said, he has a bit of a slide, but yeah, it definitely. If you keep it on the dry racing part of the track, I think it's definitely you're able to drive around it. On slicks, it's just how much of a time do you lose?
Yeah.
Because it's a very short pit stop, you only lose about 15 seconds. So if Manzi could build a gap, while the rest of the pack battle, he could still come out ahead of Josh.
Yeah, this one.
If he builds a 15-second gap.
Josh on the mediums, and Desbro, how quick are they going to be compared to Rage Quit and Button ahead of them?
Yeah, I think they can. As we saw.
Yeah, there's a few drivers coming in now.
So actually, have Josh and Desbro play the golden ticket. That's not a phrase, but that's just something I just made up. But have it 3 times perfectly. So they've jumped a whole load of places. I think Josh was.
Rage Quit, LACC Ham, Jedi Gamer, and Only Destroyer have all stayed out. Only Destroyer was in the best position out of them all.
Yeah. And the issue is, I suspect it'll be safety car in this lap as long as they catch up quick enough, which I think they will look at the track map. So that would mean they won't have an opportunity to pit.
Even if they had to double stack though, they should have just box. Now they're just gonna.
Yeah, there aren't that many drivers who had the two Alfa Romeos next to each other, Hippo and Button, but obviously that didn't have too much of an issue. But then Desborough and Locker, I think they're the only sort of two who are near each other on track. So yeah, that's an odd strategy call from those top four. I think they might want to cut their losses and pit now, and not risk having to lose 15 seconds pitting on the first lap when it comes in.
Just to mention, due to that pit stop now, Desborough has gained so many positions.
Was he the one who spun was involved in the contact when Button spun? He might have got caught up with that, or was that, no, that was somebody else, yeah. But yeah, I think Desborough was about a P7 or 8, so P8 or 9 before the safety car, and obviously he's in a net P2 at the moment.
Oh,
as we see safety car in this last.
Oh, this has just ruined this top 4. I don't understand why Jedi didn't box, because his teammate already had boxed.
And even if it did, it's going to cost you more time having to pit next lap than it will double stacking.
Same with Rage Quit, he could have just boxed because he got no teammate.
And they all pitting, there they are, that's going to mess with the safety car restart. Yeah, it's going to be how quickly can Josh get past. I think if he can get past quicker, he can sort of build a gap to Desborough. You can see how much LA Ham's struggling through turn 1. It looks like he's got absolutely no grip at all.
Yeah.
I think Josh, I was going to say he might have to wait to back DRS zone straight.
I mean, he stayed ahead for a sector.
Yeah, I think he's done, but there's issues once you get into these corners now, the tyres will start overheating. We can see how much, if I'm watching from Josh's view, he's gaining so much time. He's always having to lift off on the corner and not to be able to get the run, but he's going to go for the move. No, he backs out of it. But if he leaves it too late, oh yeah, he's got this nice cutback, nice driving, nice sensible timing it as well.
And down the inside, Desborough.
Yeah, I think. And the thing is, S06 Ham, I think he's going to come out in last now because he's doing all his battling. He's going to lose time. But he's going to probably lost 3 or 4 seconds to the likes of Destroyer, Jedi, and always spun as well. So he's definitely dropping to the back now.
And now, yeah.
And he's going to struggle, yeah, through the last corner as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he has to be very careful with a hot intermediate tyres.
It's Pierre. He's in the middle of the track as well. Never mind, he's back going.
Yeah, tight, yeah. But actually, Destroyer.
5-second penalty for LA16 Ham.
I think he's just had no grip on those tyres braking, and he's gone for soft. I think he had to do something different to at least recover this race. Go soft to maybe the mid-20s, lap 24, and then soft again to the end. They should have enough sets given that Q2 was wet. And another yellow flag.
Oh, yeah, Jedi Gamer. Going very, very slow.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Closest battle is Locker and Manzi. Manzi's actually quite close to the fish.
Okay, that's Pierre just let his teammate pass. He didn't really time very well. He could have waited a few more corners, waited to the main straight and let him pass, but he sort of didn't time it perfectly. He's lost, sort of dropped quite far back, so you can't even have DRS on Only Destroyer now. Actually, Only Destroyer's an AI. I wonder whether something happened that maybe we didn't see.
Locker and Manzi
that's why it's
having a run on fish sticks here. By the way, DRS ain't even
oh, is this lap? Okay, yeah. Oh, Locker.
Locker's getting feisty here.
Yeah, turn 4. It's Magic had a look I saw in the wind mirrors. Yeah, Magic had a look on Locker, but Locker defended well enough. But when you're in the middle of the train, you've always got to have one eye behind you, one eye in front of you.
Yep. He's lost a bit of time now to Manzi, but it's nothing too serious. He's going to get DRS for Rio. Desborough's dropped out DRS.
He must have. Yeah, Josh had a good start because Desborough wasn't that far a few corners ago. I wonder whether Desborough's made a mistake.
Interesting enough, Desborough this season hasn't even got a point. And he's looking at.
So if he can get to the end, a very high chance. Very much like Brave Canadian F3 went a long time without scoring points and has got something like 6 top 5s in the last 7 races. As we see, Old Man's having to lift through the final corner, which gives Locker a run.
Locker's
DRS double move. And Mr. Locker onto the podium now. Will he keep it? Oh, as Fishsticks. Oh, I thought Fishsticks was having a look at the inside. And Majik now attacking Fishsticks. Yeah, so it's 4-way battle, all of them mixing up positions here. Yeah, I thought Majik was going for the outside, but it's a good exit, but Fishsticks positions his car perfectly, so Majik couldn't use that momentum at all.
2 Alpines in the top 3, you must be happy.
Yeah, as long as we keep it like this. We all know the situations that can happen in the race, especially around a track like Zandvoort. You can be running the top 3 throughout the race, and a badly timed safety car, just a small mistake sticking the wheel in the gravel can cost you all your points, as we've seen by a few drivers today, but luckily most of them still be able to recover and keep on going.
Yeah, sadly we've only lost Rosberg from this race, who, when it was wet, had a collision with Pierre and resulted in a retirement for Rosberg. No one's at fault, it's just racing incident, in my opinion.
And actually, I was going to say, Ogbanzi was keeping up with Locker, but through the final 2 corners, Locker did pull a couple of tenths away, and he's sort of, not out of DRS, but definitely out of overtaking range.
Oh, Hippo!
Oh no, oh.
Oh, Hippo.
And actually, Elham, as well as he's having a battle with Rage Quit, I don't know what was that.
Into the...
He didn't time that well, yeah. But... And as we see, as one McLaren spins, one McLaren might be able to gain a place. Elham on the fresh softs, go for removing Rage Quit.
And that's a clean move, very nice move.
And it looks like it's also brightening up, a lot more sunny. It's going to be affecting tyre temperatures. As we see Majik run wide, he was having a look at Fishsticks, but yeah, it didn't get the apex perfect. As we have another spin.
Pierre.
I think that's the second time Pierre spun today, but at least he kept going still in the points. All to play for, 2 points is better than no points.
Now can be on him. Does he have damage? I did see him hit a wall.
No, I don't think so, no. Oh, Hippo! Oh, was running. I thought he touched the grass on the entry of that second hairpin corner, which is always very risky.
Much closer this lap to Locker. Could he get in this lap?
And Desbro. Oh no, it's not close enough for the break zone. But yeah, sort of Desbro set fastest lap. He was about 1.7 seconds behind 2 laps ago. He's got a gap down to just 0.4. Not close enough, but good battling with some good fair racing here. Everyone giving each other enough distance to the track, which is so tight, can be difficult when
Old Manty's
wanting
pushing Locker.
Yeah, they both want this podium, I believe. Locker finished P4, P5 in his first race in this tier a couple of races ago, and it's definitely podium potential. Can he do that today? Yeah, he's caught it up. I don't know whether Josh made a mistake or Desbro's got with DRS. What's the ERS difference? Yeah, Desbro's also got about 15% more ERS.
Yeah, Josh must have made a mistake.
And speaking of ERS, Old Manzi 100% ERS, Locker 21. With ERS being so difficult to recover, once you drop low on this track, it can be difficult to get it back. Very slow, only gaining back about 3 or 4% a lap. Unless
you lift and coast. There's a bit of a weave in between the top 2. And Old Manty stays behind Locker again. Macy Q also stays behind Fishsticks. There's just battles of 2s everywhere, and then there's Button trying to catch up to Macy Q to help his teammate out. Maybe.
Yeah, both Red Bulls are very energy efficient. They're both on 80%. Everyone else in the field is below 50. With somebody, yeah, Lockers was dipping below 10. So the Red Bull strategy, whatever they're using to figure out for that ARS, is definitely helping them keep up without even minimising the lack of energy usage.
I do think Old Manzi, if he uses a lot more ERS, he will get Locker, because Locker's got 20% there. with Manzi on basically full tank.
Yeah, it seems like Locker's very quick in sector 3, through the right-left chicane, and then through the final two corners. He looks a lot quicker, but it looks like Manzi got a decent run that lap. Yeah.
Is he close enough?
As you see the flashing light on Locker, is he going to move? No, sadly not. He keeps it at a good distance.
Same with ACQ behind, fish sticks. Button's getting closer as well. He's got 50 around 50%.
Yeah, Button is a very wily old racer. He will watch the two ahead and hope and sort of watch what they're doing, figure out their weaknesses, their strengths, and use that to his advantage.
Yep.
Issue is with the Zandvoort track, really only one good overtaking place, and that's into turn 1, the second DRS zone in the middle sector. It's very difficult unless you're side by side. It's such a tight corner to break into that you're going to be difficult to have a lunge. And it's such a short straight. There's not much you can do. It's more of using it to get close to the car ahead for the second DRS zone down the main straight.
You can overtake at turn 4. Oh, Locker's had a poor exit, and look how close Manzi is through him now. He's smooth.
But if Locker can hold the inside line, it's very... Ooh. Locker had a bit of a wiggle. Locker's got to have to hold the inside line. And you see that's the issue, even with EOS, DRS, you can only get alongside. It's such a difficult place to pass. He keeps his nose, Locker gives him a bit of a squeeze and just keeps ahead. He's got to do it for another 17 laps now.
Great racing.
Yeah, fair racing as well, which is what we like to see.
Indeed.
And it looks like also that battle for, the Macy Q battle, Own Destroyer's catching as well. He's only 1.6 off Button, so I think in a few laps he'll be within DRS and touching distance. That is a good point. Yeah, he pitted 1 lap later than the few had and 2 laps later than that top 2. And actually, I didn't realise how much the top 2 had gapped the rest of the pack. Desbro is 9 seconds of his teammate, and they're not really battling too much. I think it's just they seem to have it hooked up today, and also hooked up on strategy, which obviously is always very useful.
It's just raw pace between the top 2. If they start lap 20, 16 laps to go.
But here's Manzi again getting a run. Locker again.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Locker's from deep.
Is he gonna? Oh no, but Locker's got his Locker sensibly back out. Yeah, I saw Manzi's AI raise his hand, so I wonder whether I was contacting the braking zone, and Locker missed his braking point possibly. But yeah, in the end, no damage, so fair play to keep going. As we see, Hippo is at him.
I think
his teammate.
Got, fished up, by the way.
So we wait 5 or 6 laps for an overtake to happen and 2 come along at once, very much like London buses.
And look at Only Destroyer, he's on the back of Button.
Yeah, it looks like Macy's bolted. Macy could be looking at Locker very soon. And with the ERS difference, Locker on 14, Majik on 65. Yeah, the only hope Locker can have is he will have DRS as well, which will make it more difficult. As you see, yellow flag, somebody spun a turn 4 Jedi Gamer. He kept it going on. Oh, he's on hard tyres. That's different, but yeah, he obviously pitted. Maybe would be a few laps after, so maybe he got damage to the safety car restart and pitted. But yeah, it's not worked out well for him. At least he's still on the lead lap, so any safety car from now will still advantage him.
Into the race, he's going to stay in the race for you, and maybe he can get that top 10.
Which is always good to see. Somebody in the F2 race or F4 race, F5 race earlier in the week, spun 3 times in the race because of safety cars, lucky strategy, and ended up still getting a top 4, top 5 position. So as long as you keep it in there, it's all still to play for. It's a tricky track.
Yeah. The McLarens are close.
Yeah, I think
5 tenths as well.
Yeah, I think, and is that Locker out of DRS? As he got in this lap though, he didn't get this lap, so I think Macy's going to be back through soon. Locker's got back down to 9/10 of a second, so he could still hold it for DRS this lap.
Yeah, so
But no, he's dropped out again. Yeah, I think he was probably pushing, but yeah, Old Man is just that little bit quicker, and will now be able to pull away.
Just look at the raw pace now of Macy Q versus Locker. DRS versus DRS.
I was going to say Alfa Romeo's battling. I was going to say Fish
Quit.
Sticks has lacked the pace. Oh,
safety.
Okay, but perfect time for Button. Fish Sticks, whether he let him pass his team orders or whether it was just Button getting the better run, overtook him about 2 seconds before safety car came out. But oh, did Rage Quit spin or?
Yeah, Rage Quit spun. He's got no damage. Why is it safety?
Settings. No, his safety car is on reduced. That's an odd one.
Very odd.
I know some people have their theories to do with where the car spins compared to others on track, or compared to marshalling posts in terms of how it affects. It's a shame. The safety car would be useful for him to bunch everyone up, and it's obviously throwing away a bit of a disadvantage there.
That's also going to drop Desbro's and Josh's lead.
Yeah. Are they all going to pit for softs? Will softs go to the end from here?
Don't think so.
We have actually seen the Astro Pierre. He pitted onto mediums, so he clearly, same with Rage Quit, they're clearly not certain that softs are the best way to go forward from here.
I mean, I don't know much about strat around here, but Desbro's all into the softs and Josh is on mediums.
Is anyone who's... Oh, Fish Sticks will have to be double stack. What's that? That's something being flung across the plane, but yeah, Fish Sticks. It's going to cost him a lot of time now.
With Desbro, Old Anti, Locker, Button, Macy Q, only Destroyer, who actually, that would actually help out LA16 Ham a bit. He was on the soft before.
Yeah, he used soft to work his way through the field past Rage Quit and Hippo. It's back into the top 10. But yeah, we saw Fish Sticks having to double stack, dropped him both behind Magic and Destroyer. Has Button jumped Magic as well?
Who?
I think so. I think Button was in P6, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's actually jumped.
So
Macy Q, yeah.
Yeah. So one after. Because the Red Bull of his teammate Old Mandy would have had to pit as well, wouldn't he? Yeah, that's what it was. So both Magic and Fish Sticks both lost the position because they're double stacking. And also we have July Gamer still in the lead lap. Good job to him keeping it in the race. He's now back with a chance of points, only 3 positions behind it, so could easily see him work his way through the field on the softs. We saw how quick he was in the qualifying, so he could definitely score some points from here.
One thing that could be a surprise for these drivers, maybe rain. Imagine if rain comes in now.
Yeah, that's definitely. It looks like it's become a lot less cloudy, but yeah, we just saw in Q2 how quickly he can go from dry. It's definitely not dead cert. It's going to stay dry. So we're probably going to have now on lap 24, probably a 12, maybe 11 lap shootout to the end.
Yep,
which every lap behind the safety car.
Catch up.
Yeah. Every lap behind the safety car gives those soft runners that they have to put energy through those tyres and burn through those tyres. Will give one less lap. They'll be screaming. That will be screaming in the end and give one more opportunity to maybe make that move for that podium position or even a win.
Yeah.
Oh, behind safety car, I will check track limit warnings. There's been a total so far this race of 4 track limit warnings. LA16 Ham has 2, Hippo has 1, and Locker has 1. Yep.
Penalty wise, Rage Quit has 5 seconds. That's it.
So really, looking like probably the only one who could get a corner cutting penalty this race is LA16 Ham, who's currently on 2 warnings. So he'll need to be careful. Such a tight field with only 10 or 11 laps at the safety car restart. Any penalty can be quite costly.
And
I don't think we're going to be going this lap.
2 stops, other than Jedi who's done 3 and Pierre's done 4. He has P11 and Jedi's P13. Is he scoring the slap?
But Jedi's got to be quick. He's still not on the back of the pack. He should catch up by the restart though. He's going through. He's caught up now. Yeah. Time that just perfect. He'll have warm tyres for the restart.
Mediums
And we'll just bolt.
softs. Locker on the mediums as well. Destroyer's on the mediums. Josh is on the mediums. Rage Quit's on the mediums. Let's see what will happen. And Josh has bolted and he's caught it. Desborough out.
Now we have already Elham going for moving fish sticks. P8. He's not close enough. He decided to. Oh no, he has gone for the move.
Oh, yes. Oh, he's done the inside.
I know both of these are very realistic. They both run cockpit mode for their view, so it's definitely more realistic. But as we can, we see Hippo take a very wide line through turn 4.
And Hippo and Pierre are side by side.
Yeah, and Hippo keeps the place, keeps that solitary point at the moment.
Great job from Hippo.
As we see Josh actually use those mediums to actually stay. I'm surprised Desborough, less Desborough's biding his time. As we see Locker, as I said earlier, you've got to be, even if you're running 3rd and 4th early in the race, it's all about where you finish at the finish.
Oh, and there's
as we have Elham as well.
LA.
Yep, so that's not worked for him as well. I think that's again another spin for this race, but at least he'll have some battling with Locker. As you see Josh at the fastest lap, but Desborough's closed the gap to less than 4
Pierre
tenths.
as well.
Does nobody want to actually get to the finish in a straight line?
Does no one want to stay in a straight line?
Yeah, Rage Quit up to P10. Good job from him, keeping it clean. Jedi actually jumped Rage Quit. Jedi's up to P9, so running significantly off the back. Yeah. Both of them, after having issues early in the race, have recovered nicely. We've done well, only 1 DNF so far from a tricky track, which can result in a lot of retirements. Yeah, I think Desborough very much wanted to manage his ERS at the start, but he's actually... Yeah, it could very much be a three-way battle for the lead. Desborough's actually top 2 burned quite a significant amount. They're both in the 50s in terms of ERS. Old Manzi is in the 80s. He's got 30% additional ERS to be able to use to make that move on Desborough and possibly even for the win on Josh.
Yep. Only Destroyers is on the back of Mason Q. 2 attempts is the gap. So he uses ERS. Get him forward. Will he dive it?
Just not long enough, but yeah, we saw the sign come up. DRS enabled this lap. That'll make any of taking it a little bit easier. But as we see, Josh again has pulled a couple more tenths. He's out of DRS, and old Manzi as well. Yeah, actually, the top 5, none of them are within a second of the car ahead. It's currently only Destroyers the highest person on the grid with DRS.
Well, he hasn't got it. Oh, mate, he had a real line through that. That's not Hippo, that is Fish Sticks.
Oh, someone's hit the brake marker for turn the first hairpin in the milliseconds. We have a spin. Oh, slightly Locker spun again. Oh, L Payne. It's not L Plan today. Or at least it's not for Locker. We still have the other Alpine of Desborough in P2. And again, Josh. Yeah, Josh is pulling a bit of a gap. Again, he's pulling out 6 tenths this lap. Will it be another fastest lap?
Now. Only
no, it's not, but
can he get an ACQ this lap? With the help of DRS, he's gonna. Oh, he's much closer. Oh, down the inside. Oh,
but on the softs as well.
He's got more grip.
But yeah, what you can't. It's outside turn 3 isn't really an overtaking opportunity, and he has to settle in behind.
The mediums don't look that bad then.
They do seem like they're holding up a lot better. I wonder whether top two, no, not top two. There's top second, third, and fourth maybe struggling with overheating. This track with very few straights and a lot of corners. Once you lose your tyres, yeah, I think that's really what the issue. Oh, as we see a rage quit span. I cut on board him and he was facing tyres. That's a shame. Oh, again, it's very odd. Another safety car, but what that has done, Mr. Locker has been saved. Yes. What's? I think that was a bit of a confusion there between Rage Quit and PL, who was ahead of the safety car restart or safety car line. Yeah, that has definitely saved Locker. Pitted just as the safety car came in, fresh softs, probably be about a 5 or 6 lap shootout. Can he work his way through the field? If I was Rage Quit as well, he's got a 5-second penalty. I would also pit, get that penalty removed, and get some fresh softs on his car.
I thought I just saw a spinning car there. But Hippo's in, same with Jedi. 16.
That's a risky move. It would be so hard to overtake. Hippo's going to drop from 8th to probably 11th, so he's probably going to lose himself 3 spaces. That's really what gain, but only 4 or 5 laps of pressure. Is it going to, with there being probably 5 laps to go at the end after the safety car comes in, is that really going to be enough time to utilise that advantage?
Maybe, and he's only he has to wait a few laps for DRS anyway.
Yeah. So it's dropped him about 3 places. I'm not too sure whether. Well, we'll find out at the end. We know.
There's only 2 drivers. Oh, you disconnected.
I've been disconnected. Yeah. Right. Cheers.
There you are.
Thank you. Do you have to wait until I'm out of the session before we accept it? Or?
Yep, there's only 2 drivers now on the mediums, being Josh and Destroyer. Seven laps to go. So you are right, we will have like a 5 or 6 lap shootout.
And Josh is still on the mediums. I didn't see before. Did Rage Quit get picked for softs as well? Or?
Yeah, Rage Quit did.
And so he's also going to his 5-second penalty, so that puts everyone on a level playing field. Coming to the restart, no penalties taken into account. Nothing, fair and square. Yeah, the first to the line will be the first to win, assuming no one gets any late penalties, which we all hope not. Hope to be a fair fight.
Because no one's got a penalty.
Yeah, let me check whether we've got any corner cuts since the last. We're now up to a grand total of 6 across the whole. Everyone on the grid warnings since the last one. Raid got his first, and Jedi Game also got his first warning. But to get 6 across the whole field is, yeah, they've done a very good job. Yeah, even though they've had, is this safety car number 4 or number 3?
I think
number 4 it might
be.
Number
4, you know.
Yeah, to have only 1 DNF, 4 safety cars, they've done a very good job. They had some very clean racing, which is what normally is a very difficult track to overtake. Normally you see a lot of elbow going out, but the whole tier 4, hats off to them. They've provided us with some good entertainment, and hopefully we'll get 6 more laps of that, as we should be going green this time by.
Yep,
and yep, green light on the safety car. Yep.
Get some heat into those tyres.
And before we go green, I'll just say Magic's up 8 places so far, and Deadpool's up 6. So good job to them today.
Yeah, very good race from them, and they still got 6 laps to go, so anything can happen. Can Desbro score his first points?
Oh, is safety car not in?
Oh wait, what? That's right, it said it'll come in.
Yeah, the lights went green on the top of safety car. I wonder where. Oh, maybe did Josh drop too far back and he confused the game? Did he drop back too early before it said safety car in? That's an odd one. I've never seen the lights go green on the safety car and not come in. no one else was spun or anything. I don't think the game even takes that into account if someone spins. But
4 laps ago. Can Desmo
yes,
have his first points being a win, or can Josh get a win?
yeah, Josh currently has. I don't think we've discussed the championship permutations, but currently Josh has a 30-point lead over LA Ham, and then 40 points back to Destroyer and Button, who are tied. So this would give Josh, LA Ham just scoring 4 points, so Josh is 25, and almost 50-point lead in the championship.
Yep.
And I wonder what the constructors are currently very close. AlphaTauri leading.
Up quite a bit.
Yeah, Alpine are currently last. But yeah, top you've got AlphaTauri, McLaren, Williams, Red Bull, and Alfa Romeo and Haas all within 43 points. So all within a very big swing.
AlphaTauri.
So Alpine will probably jump up a few places, but yeah, safety car in this lap, so yeah, you can lead them away. Restart.
Okay, right, Josh backing up the field now. Gonna warm up his tyres, and let's see if he'll bolt as late as he has been, and let's see if Desmo can keep up with him this time, unlike last time. Right. Josh is getting a bit more heat into his tyres, and he has bolted, and he has, oh, actually, I think Desmo's kept with him here. I think, yeah, oh wait, is that LA16 Ham going down the inside? It is. He's going to go down the inside of Fish Sticks, and that's going to open Pierre up to have a look. He's not going to make the move though. Walker, he was getting a look. Let's go back up to the top. Macy Q is on the back of Destroyer, who's on those 8-lap medium fish, 8-lap softs.
As we see, Josh is again put another 1 second gap in the front. He's been managed to master his restarts, all 4 of them. I think he's always. Yeah, he's because he's running a lot of ERS. He's currently on 56 compared to Desbro 76. So that could come back to bite him for the last few laps if there's late DRS ability by Desbro, who will have it for probably 3 laps. But if he's not second, it won't help. We've seen how many takes Ham's done today, yeah.
Well, let's go to his collection. Oh, he's looking at the inside. It's way too far back.
Oh, if he gets spin,
Desbro!
Oh, no, that's a shame. On course was first points of the season, with just 4 laps to go, spins around, which means currently Alpine, more like Alpine. You jinxed them early in the race when you said we were running 3rd and 4th, so I'm blaming you in fate. So
you also jinxed him. You said he's gonna get a P2. We both jinxed him.
Yeah, so that currently puts Ogmanzi as the best challenger to Josh LEC Button. Has moved himself up into P3.
Button's on the podium positions.
Somebody's
off the track. He got forced off the track, I think. I think he's just ran out of space.
And Jedi's spun as well. Oh.
At least one of the Alpines are getting points.
Hopefully, it's just assuming Locke doesn't spin again. As he runs wide, I thought he's going to spin there.
Rage Quit will have a look at him.
Yeah, I think Rage Quit's going to have a run at it.
Come on, Rage Quit. He thought of diving, but he didn't. Only Destroyer is the only man to stop Button from getting a podium.
Yeah, I think Button's he might have the other himself, which could help. But also in this fight, it's currently my style of the race. It's Manji kept it clean from last Nugget up to a current P5. But he does have a Elham behind him. As we have a spin for another Rage spin as well. I think that P10 might be jinxed. I think it's about the 4th or 5th time the person in P10 has spun today.
looks like it's going to be no points for Aston Martin.
As you see, once it comes close, but I'll tell you, it's like it's bottom. I was meant with Josh. Josh has managed to maximise those mediums.
But he could maybe get a P2. Only destroy a 4% ERS compared to Button's 21. And then Old Man T's got 62.
As we see coming through the middle sector, it's slightly swinging out a bit. Actually, LA Ham has a bit of a run. Is he going for the move on the G side through the left right kink? But LA Ham, it wasn't really long enough alongside there to make any sort of move. So essentially backed out and is going to buy his time for the next trip. But yeah, we're carrying on the ultimate laps and not many more opportunities for him. As we have a spinner, P10 again spinning.
No,
I know it was dead bro that time. Another. And he's lost his front wing. It's going to be too late for him. As he has Rage Quit kind of behind him, but sensibly, it gives Rage Quit in that space. But yeah.
Such a shocking final few laps for Desbro.
Yeah, it's a shame. He's running so well. Him and Josh were comfortably leading this race by almost 10 seconds over them. As we have Locker spin out again. Spinning backwards. He's going to reverse the whole rest. I thought he was going to spend the whole lap after the reverse, give us a flourish finish. And he makes sure he leads our gamer. Gamer's kept his nose clean, or not, it was kept in the race, running last. Well, from most of this race, it's going to gain something from this race. A point ahead of a spin. Again, it's another spin for Hippo, or he's now wanting to have a nose of the wall, but we see it's going to get around.
He can still get points. Desbro 5 seconds.
I think that's we're calling it a day. Yeah, he picked up damage on his last spin. Yeah, he picked up damage, so he had to pit anyway. But yeah, it's a shame for
Imagine now the whole grid crashes, and because he's retired, he won't get anything.
Yeah, it's a shame. He's run such a good race. He's shown such a strong pace, but
definitely.
Yeah, he'll get there eventually. Yeah, he'll get. He deserves some points at least. Yeah, he'll get there. Hopefully, in the next few races, and put his name on the tally board.
Josh in the final turn, and he is going to round the final curve to win the Netherlands GP. Old Man T P2, Button P3, Only Destroy P4, LA16 Hand P5 after a bunch of spins, Macy Q P6, Fishsticks P7, Pierre P8 after a lot of spins himself as well. Same with Jedi Gamer, who's in P9. And Locker, he scrapes a point for Alpine and he gets P10. Oh yeah, and Hippo got P11, then Rage Quit, I think. Makes a huge eye for the game, day for the game. But remember to go onto Twitter and vote for your driver day there.
Yeah, my driver day, I would personally give it between either Macy Q or Josh led start to finish. Very few people, apart from Desbro, were even able to match him today. I think it's very good to go on Twitter.
Button.
Yeah, Button very consistently worked through the field, didn't really make any mistakes. One of the very few drivers who hadn't had a spinner moment in this race, and timed the strategy perfectly as well to that early safety car.
Sadly,
I didn't invite them, don't I? Yeah.
DNF being SFR Rosberg crashed in the early laps. Had a collision with Pierre. Not much you could have done though. Yeah.
It was second for Old Manzi and
Do I need to get a feature yet?
No, I've got it.
Alright, cool. How do you want to do interviews then?
Need to find Old Manzi first. I didn't see him on this list. Quickly find manually. I can take P2, you can take P1, P3.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I've already forgot who got P3. Yeah, it was Button, wasn't it?
Button kept. Yeah, I also trying to remember when I bringing them into the party who it actually was. So who do we have in the party so far? Just us.
No one.
I'll ping him in the chat hopefully.
It'll be a shame
Button,
if you don't get
Old
anyone.
Manzi. Yeah, who was Old Manzi? Who won Josh?
Just got the Alfa Romeo ready in the showroom.
Yes, definitely Josh extended his lead in the championship, and Alfa Romeo. No, Josh isn't joining us today. And also, I think Alpha Tauri extended the lead in the constructors, as
Old
we have
Manzi's
Old
here.
Manzi join us.
Hello, hello, hello.
So,
Just me.
yeah, it's just you. So I think we'll kick off while we're waiting for the other, or it's waiting for the button. So yeah, you had a decent miss today. Started P3, made it to P2, kept it clean throughout the whole race, and gained with a few people.
That race was matic, but I had a decent pace, yeah. Hopefully, I could have done with less safety cars, to be fair. But every time I pulled a gap, there was a safety car, every time. But I'm glad with P2. It's been a while since I've been on the podium.
When was your last one? Do you remember? Have you had one this season?
I've had one this season. I think it was early on. Yeah, I don't know, early on.
Yeah, just have a look. You had obviously quite close with Majik in championship battling for P5. I believe you might just be ahead of him now by 1 point, or my maths. Yeah, at 1 point. I think you're 1 point ahead in the P5 championship now. So how do you see so forward? Is that sort of your aim, or do you want to keep pushing up higher in the championship?
Well, hopefully I can go higher. I've had a bad run of races just lately where I should have had a better result and just not through just the look of the draw, really. So hopefully I can keep this momentum going and have some better results.
And next week we have not Imola, the other Monza, but very fade after the comments. Yeah, Monza. How do you feel as a track for Monza? Is it what's your weakest, what's your strongest? What's your aims for next week?
Other than Ascari, it's quite good for me, but Ascari is 50-50. I either make it through or I don't. Other than that, I like Monza. A few battles around there as well. There's been a few good battles just lately, and before it's been fun. I had a mint battle with Locker. Took me ages to get past him tonight.
Yeah, how was the overtaking today? It's obviously a tough track to overtake.
It's definitely hard to overtake. Very hard. Even, I mean, Locker's light was flashing, but I just couldn't get the decent run out of the last corner. I had to push. The last corner on this track, Netherlands, is a bit wobbly for me, so I had to be a bit cautious. I had to push just to keep close to overtaking. And it took me 2 attempts. The first attempt, I overtook him on the outside anyway. The first attempt I tried going around the outside, but just not enough momentum. Once I got past him, I pulled a decent gap. Just getting past him that was the tricky bit. But invaded one.
Because it's invade. Do you have anything else you want to ask?
Not really. Just how. Actually, yeah, I do. How was you feeling in the final couple of laps when you had Button behind you? And
Sweating.
yeah.
Sweating much because like I said, I pulled the gap, and then the last safety car, I don't think I'm going to pull this gap now, and then I didn't, and they were both breathing down me. They had DRS, I didn't. Yeah, sweating. I saved plenty of ERS anyway, so that helped, but yeah, big push on the last lap. So, glad for that.
I think.
Good result for Red Bull as well. My teammate had a decent result as well.
Yeah. I can't remember what your teammate got off the top of my head. But
I think it was
obviously-
top 5, yeah.
Yeah,
he,
5 P6.
yeah, he was my star of the race, recovering from the back of the grid. He managed to keep it clean, avoid the incidents, and run through, gain those places in the race. So yeah, but a strong weekend for both of you. I think you before today, you were P4 in the constructors. I think you were 8 points off Williams, so not too sure how only Destroyer and his teammate did. But yeah, there's very much an opportunity you've jumped in this week.
It was definitely close to that because I know Pierre got points. I was in the party in Pierre from this race.
Yeah, I think whether you're ahead or behind it, it's as you see in both the drivers and constructors, you're both very close to gaining positions. So hopefully he continues form for the rest of the season.
Keep this momentum going.
Yep. Are we done now?
Yeah,
Audio?
it doesn't look like we're getting better. I haven't
Doesn't
seen
look like
in the
getting
Discord. No.
Right.
And sadly, being the only, you don't get a default win being the only one here. You still only get P2.
Worth trying.
Congrats on the podium, and I'm gonna sign off for the stream. Thank you everyone for watching. It was a very entertaining race for Division 4. Tune in for on Sunday where Stars Orphan and Dano should be in the comms box around Monza. Thank you and goodbye.